Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the man that has been fired by radio stations across the country, divorced by his high school sweetheart, and dumped by his fiance of 15 years, yet managed to make it to TV. Give it up for your host, the hilarious Michael Shawn.
Thank y'all. Welcome to Michael Shawn, the Michael Shawn Show. So clap it up one more time, you guys. Now, before we get into this, because people who know me think I'm an egomaniac and think I decided that this would be the name of the show because I wanted it. I did not want this to be the name of the show. These are my people right here. These are the people that are on the show. I didn't want to call it Michael Shawn simply because what if this show sucks? That would mean I get all the heat. That would mean social media would blow up and they say, have you seen that horrible show that Michael Shawn has? So I wanted to incorporate other people just in case we fail. We can all fail together. So these are the people right here. So if we fail, everybody here is a part of the failure. So I had some names and we had a meeting. So I brought these names and I thought they were great names. But when I got to the meeting, I realized they were horrible names. And I realized that this would offend everybody if I had these names for the show. But you ever think about something and then when it comes out, you're like, wow, what I thought about wasn't what is really about to happen. So for some odd reason, Shawnee Scott, the actual creator of the show, for some odd reason, I decided I would share those horrible names with my audience and everybody watching. Now remember, I'm telling you from the door that these are bad names. I just did my best. Okay, so the first name I had instead of Michael Shawn was Michael Shawn and my 3 black friends. Did you just play a boo? Is that a boo? I didn't understand, and I was thrown. Everybody got pissed off. They were like, there's no way you can say Michael Shawn and my 3 black friends. I said they're all black, and they are my friends. They said, but white people are going to say, well, don't you have any white friends? So I said, let's change the name to Michael Shawn and my 3 friends that happen to be black. And they didn't like that. Really? That's what we're going to do right here? That's what we're going to, okay, all right. So we're in Texas. So I figured, let's do something for Texas that is major in Texas. So I said, Michael Shawn and my 3 legal citizens. First of all, I didn't create this environment that goes on in Texas, but those were all thrown away. So at that point, sexy mode. Shawnee Scott came to me. I'm confusing the names already. Shawnee came to me and said, Michael Shawn. And I said, what? She said, no, dummy, Michael Shawn. We're going to call the show Michael Shawn. I don't even know why that Lord. Okay. Okay. All right. Wait a second. Wait. Just wait 1 second. Listen. So it was. Shawnee pitched it. She said, in the tradition of Oprah, Ellen, Arsenio. Okay, randomly. Montel. She said, we'll call. Okay, a little off beat, but we're okay. We're gonna work this out. And Ricky Lake. Don't play that sound effect for Ricky Lake. Don't you dare. But so, ladies and gentlemen, we all agreed it would be Michael Shawn, the Michael Shawn Show. So if it fails, it's all me. But if it succeeds, it's all me too. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a great show coming to you. Listen, we have some people on here who have created a podcast phenomenon. Right now, they're called the RealLyfe They're called RealLyfe Productions, I should say. And they have a show called RealLyfe Street Stars. They're causing a ruckus in this area. They're so bad that we can't even play some of the clips. We tried to play. We have a clip that's like 10 seconds. Once we come back, it's the Michael Shawn Show. Yeah!
Want your book or music to be published? Skip the confusion and rejections from others. Let bepublished.org publish and promote your work for less. Bepublished.org handles it all, from cover design to worldwide distribution, with high quality and fast turnaround. You even keep rights and royalties.
Everything was perfect. You made my dream come true. My book and CD look so good.
Call 972-880-8316 now. Bepublished.org. 972-880-8316.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father.
Crippling depression, anxiety, exhaustion.
I was in prison and her mom had a heart attack.
There's a lot of institutional issues and challenges that suggest to us that dads aren't essential, and I've always rejected that.
Sometimes you don't have to know everything about being a dad. You just gotta be there.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's all good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
To the Michael Shawn Show. Podcasting has gone on a whole different level. It's gone left, right, in the middle. If you haven't seen these gentlemen and their podcast, they're called RealLyfe Productions, and we're about to get into it. Bring them on in here. Come on, y'all. All right, first of all, let's get to it. Your outfits are better than mine. Okay. You're doing good.
Thank you.
I've been so fascinated. We got to start with Jaguar Wright.
Oh, yes.
RealLyfe Productions, but the actual podcast that Jaguar Wright, a phenomenal artist who's amazing. And sometimes her skills get overshadowed by the stories that she's telling right now. But the name of the show, the actual podcast that she's been on.
Yes, that is RealLyfe Street Stars. That is the baby. That is where you see Jaguar Wright. You know, the light wall, the lights,
yes,
the couch, and a lot of great talent coming on that show.
Now, first of all, introduce yourselves. Yes, I messed up the names, the whole nine. Go ahead.
This is RealLyfe Joker.
Mm-hmm.
And RealLyfe Rook.
RealLyfe Rook.
Yep.
I'm watching this podcast, and Jaguar Wright is saying things that had me looking over my shoulder in my house.
Yes.
When you're doing the podcast and she's a very open book, and she starts bringing up Jay-Z, Beyonce, Diddy, and the accusations are amazing. Was there a time where you wanted to cut the camera off and say, do you really want to say this?
No, it's funny because what we do is we tell them, hey, this is a platform, we're not live, say what you want. If there's anything that you want to take out or anything, we'll take it out, we'll edit it out. But most people get on there and they just speak their hearts. But behind the camera, as she's speaking, we're looking at each other like.
That's my face.
Yeah. But she's going. And it's like, yeah, we're in amazement as well, and we're asking the questions. So it's an amazing situation.
I mean, okay, I'll give one example, and correct me if I don't get it right. She's actually made allegations that there are people trying to kill her.
Yes.
For the stuff that she said. I believe her. I'm not saying this is true. I'm just giving you my opinion. I believe some of the things that she's saying.
Yes.
But when somebody says that there are people trying to kill me, does that make you wonder, should we really be like part of this?
So I'll say it like this. We interviewed her about 2.5 years ago, where she made a lot of accusations then.
Right.
And afterwards, we're like, man, as a brand, we're still growing. Like, we don't know if we should be a part of this because it's so crazy. We don't know. But like Rook would always say is she comes from a credible place. You know, she has history.
She does.
So it's like, you know, and some of the things that she said prior came to fruition. I'll say this. We did the current interview. She said what she said. She's saying people are after her. As of this moment, right now, she was arrested.
Yes, she was.
A few days ago. And there's a lot of gray area within that arrest. And, you know, I'll let her tell her own story. But, you know, it's funny that she says things like that. And then a week later or a couple weeks later, she's not available. And
now the funny, like I see the personalities right here, and you seem more laid back.
Yes.
Like if I owed you money, I'd be scared, right? But when you're saying, give me the one thing that Jaguar Wright may have said in one of the interviews that you were like, this is a problem.
Probably the whole Diddy stuff. I know it's a lot of stuff. He said stuff, and people have already said things about him, but the way that she put it, it's like, is he really this way? You know?
Right.
Yeah. So
like, give us an example of what she said, because I'm not gonna say it, but an example of what she said.
Joker.
But he passed it off immediately. You might want to say
I'll
that.
say this because even the stuff she says on camera is there, but the stuff she says off camera, you know, off camera. But
Right.
the one thing she said on camera is with Diddy, with these parties, there's a little, you know, in the offices, there's like back. When they go to the parties, there's a back room where the real party goes on.
Okay.
And we've heard other people say that too.
That there's the back room.
Yeah, there's the public party for the celebrities, and then there's the other party, whether it's the back room or under the room, there's another party, a deeper party, that even, I guess, crazier things happen.
Okay, my boss, Sean, he's looking at me, but she doesn't want me to ask this. So, can you give us the cleanest version that you can give of what she is alleging goes on in these back rooms at the party?
I'll say this, you know, we're in 2023 to where, you know, we're no longer in a traditional, you know, woman-man relationship.
Right. That was
sometimes-
good the way you put
Yeah,
that.
you know,
I like that.
sometimes,
Clap it up for that. That was good. That was good right there.
Set up for that.
He said he prefaced everything lovely.
But you know, woman on woman, woman on man, man on woman, man on man, and we'll leave it right there.
No, not just, because I don't want to just focus on Jaguar Wright. When you guys are interviewing somebody, well, you had a coworker of mine that you interviewed. When you're interviewing somebody, can you feel that this is going to be one that's going to get the views and the likes?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
And then on the flip side, do you ever interview somebody where you're like, why did we bring you here? Like,
Always.
and what gives you, what leads into that? What makes you go like, okay, we got
A
something?
character. You must be a character when the lights come on.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not a character, you're not going to go do any numbers.
Right.
Now, I always have this question for all the podcasters, you know, Drink Champs, $1 million worth of games, shout out to Gilly and everybody. And do you think it's unfair that on these podcasts, people get to drink and indulge in whatever vices they're into?
I think that's very unfair. If you're drinking, you're going to say things that you're not supposed to say. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's my problem.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sober right now.
I personally want them to drink. You know, it's funny because we did an interview. We didn't put it out, but someone had took a line.
There's a lot of footage that comes out that nobody would see because it's just we come from the bottom.
Yes.
So
exactly,
we grind our way up, and we seen a lot of things coming up. So
you guys got to stay right here because I need your opinion on a few stories that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
We got Real Life Productions. That podcast itself is the RealLyfe Street Stars.
Yes.
And you actually had Mark Cuban do a drop for you guys.
Yes.
We had
interview.
You interview Mark Cuban?
Yeah.
We can talk about it.
I don't think we're going to get Mark Cuban on this show. We'll be right back after these commercials, y'all.
Are you a victim of domestic violence? Since 2013, From Ordinary to Extraordinary has helped over 3,000 women, and we want to continue to rebuild the community with one family at a time. Please make a donation or sign up for volunteer opportunities today at IamFote.org. No matter how you choose to get involved, know that every bit counts. From Ordinary to Extraordinary is a 501c3 nonprofit organization designed to empower women and girls that have experienced domestic violence.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father.
Crippling depression, anxiety, exhaustion.
I was in prison and her mom had a heart attack.
There's a lot of institutional issues and challenges that suggest to us that dads aren't essential, and I've always rejected that.
Sometimes you don't have to know everything about being a dad. You just gotta be there.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You can say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You can chat with them in VR. It's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
It's the Michael Shawn Show, and we have Real Life Productions here. We just talked to them about all the stuff that's going on with Jaguar Wright and all the incredible interviews that they have. RealLyfe Street Stars is the podcast.
Yes.
And you've actually interviewed Mark Cuban.
Yes.
Which is a huge deal.
Which is a very huge deal.
How'd you pull that off? Do you have pictures of him or something? Like, well, how did you make that happen?
Well, he's actually a family friend, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Clap it up for that. I don't have friends like that.
Billionaire family friend.
Mark
Billionaire
Cuban
family
is a family friend. And I like the way he said his son. He's just a family friend. It's Mark. It's a big deal.
The vacation pictures, you know.
So yes, my sister's a big venture capitalist in LA, and so they have a fund together.
That explains why your sweater is so much nicer than mine. that explains a lot. So I want to keep you guys here because you guys are in touch with all the latest things that go on in the media and all the drama that happens. And by the time you watch this, we'll probably be near Super Bowl time.
Yes.
So a gentleman named Stephen A. Smith, if you don't know him, famous for First Take. The man has said a lot of things about a lot of people, but he overstepped his bounds. And well, what people say, he overstepped his bounds, but I thought was ironic after everything he said about Kyrie Irving. But he said when he was told that Rihanna was doing the halftime show at the Super Bowl, he said she's no Beyonce. And he called all types of drama for that.
Yeah.
He had to make apologies on Twitter. Yeah. He had to make apologies on video on Instagram. I didn't see the show the next day, but I'm pretty sure the next time he's on ESPN First Take, he's going to make another apology. I don't really care, but I just want to know your opinion. Was he right?
You know, I personally feel he was comparing Beyonce to anyone that will go up, but because they're in the same category, you're pitting, you know, two women in the same category against each other. And mind you, Beyonce was recently, she did hers, amazing, fantastic Beyonce, but you're putting pressure, unnecessary pressure, on Rihanna to live up to something that wasn't no one talking about. So I feel like Michael Jackson has the best Super Bowl performance.
Thank you. I think so too.
Beyonce has a great one, but I think Rihanna could easily top Beyonce's.
Now we had to bring some people. We had to bring some of my teammates. Shawnee Scott. Clap it up for Shawnee Scott, y'all. She's right. This is Shawnee Scott. And we also going to bring another teammate, Sexy Mo. Now, Shawnee, you're a huge Beyonce fan.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is, you're a little biased, but leave the bias, leave the beehive to the side.
I'll try.
Can Rihanna match what Beyonce did?
No.
Can I finish? Like, what?
No.
But you're not even giving the girl a chance. Like, there's no way Rihanna could do something miraculous. She could bring some special guest out that we don't, that she could just spark something off that hasn't been seen before.
Unless she brings out Beyonce.
That is disrespectful.
Oh my God.
Where's the boo? Where's the boo sound effect?
I don't.
But does anybody?
What, she gonna bring out A$AP Rocky? I mean, what?
She could go Janet
She gonna
Jackson.
bring out her baby daddy?
If she brought out Janet Jackson?
No, if she did what Janet Jackson did.
Yeah, nobody's doing that.
You might be right. Like, I mean, everybody, we can't say what she did, but we all know what Janet did. But anybody in the audience, if by round of applause, do you think Rihanna could match or top Beyonce's performance? By round of applause, do you think there's no way in the world that Rihanna could touch Beyonce's performance by a round of applause? All right, well, we have another teammate. We call her Sexy Mo. She does our entertainment news. We call it allegedly. And we're going to bring Sexy Mo and see if, hey, Mo.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
We're good so far. Everything's good. So, Mo, Beyonce, Rihanna, Stephen A. Smith's in trouble because he said Rihanna ain't no Beyonce. Now I'm asking you, can Rihanna match or maybe even top Beyonce's halftime Super Bowl performance?
I think she can definitely match her fly. Definitely match her fly. I think that Rihanna brings a whole nother flavor. I definitely don't think that you should do like the comparable, is one better than the other, because I think they bring a different type of flavor, a different type of sauce. But both sauces are good. So I think that she's good in that space. I don't think that people should say that she can't bring it just because she's not Beyonce.
I didn't say that she couldn't bring it. I said she's not going to top Beyonce, Michael Shawn.
I also said,
That's
can
what
she
I
match
said.
it? Can she match? You said absolutely not.
No. I think she's going to do a good job.
Right. But you got a little shade going with you right
She's
now.
going to do a good job. I mean, but like Joker said, Michael Jackson was the best. In my opinion, Prince was the best because he performed Purple Rain in the Rain at the Super Bowl. So who can top that?
Well, we have to go to the silent partner. We have to find out the man who's got major connects. What do you think? Can Rihanna either match or maybe top Beyonce's Super Bowl performance?
Match.
Match?
Yeah, not top.
Not top. There's no way to top it.
Can she dance better?
She definitely can't dance.
She can wind better.
Yeah.
She can whine better, and I think you'd have more fun.
Yeah.
Rihanna seems like she hangs out afterwards.
Yeah.
Is it just me?
I'm gonna throw a pass.
And I don't mean that in a negative way.
I'm still on the field.
I think Rihanna could be a real mean space partner. Like, she can really help you. She wouldn't renege or anything like that. But speaking of Beyonce, we're going to get back to Beyonce. We're going to get back to your podcast because I still have another question. There's a lot of rumors and a lot of stories that get told about what's going on with Beyonce. And is she in a situation where she's being controlled? Jaguar said a lot about Jay-Z controlling, and she's really not. She doesn't have access to do what she wants to do. Do you believe that?
Yes, and not only that, I feel that control started with her father. I think he had a vision, a plan, and his plan executed. She's Beyonce now.
Right.
You have to stay on a specific track to be Beyonce. You can't deviate off a certain path. So I think that it started with her father, and Jay-Z just carried the tradition forward as far as we're going to be silent, we're going to stay on a path to get to where we want to go.
Now, Shawnee, this is your girl. This is Beyonce. Miss Empowerment, Miss I am that woman, I am the boss, and all that. We're hearing that she's not the boss, that she's being dictated to on what she does, how she does it, what she says, how she says it. Do you agree or do you disagree?
Well, I actually worked with her father for a while.
Well, we need sound effects for that.
And
People dropping names.
Yeah. Yeah, and we worked very close together.
Okay.
So I got to know the family well. I think they're a beautiful family. That's all I have to say.
I've known this girl for a long time. This is the first I've ever heard that you know the family well.
Yeah.
So why haven't we had them on the show? Can we get Matthew on the show?
Maybe.
Are you being controlled by Jay-Z? Is there something I need to know? Is Jay-Z controlling Shawnee?
Maybe.
Sexy Mo.
Maybe.
Yes.
And first of all, thank you so much. I know you took your time out of a busy schedule, being my sister, my teammate. Do you think Beyonce is being controlled behind the scenes? Do you think if she wanted to do something outside of what she's told to do, she could do it?
I'm going to piggyback off of what you said, just even from a therapeutic standpoint. It's like a passing of the baton of power. It's like a young adult going from their parents' house to their husband's house, where they've never lived out on their own. And that's kind of what Beyonce did. She went from being under the guise of her father and then being under the guise pretty much of Jay-Z. So I do think that structure, and again, what he said about Beyonce, you don't become Beyonce without having that level of structure. Definitely. I do think that she doesn't do anything outside of being under some level of control or some type of systematic, control.
See, Sam, this is a whole different thing that we're jumping into now, because I would think women would be thoroughly upset to know that Beyonce was being controlled behind the scenes.
I think it's a decision.
Yeah, it's just for her.
I think it's a decision.
Maintain what she has. Look at Beyonce. Look at Solange.
Yes.
Why we gotta drag Solange? Like,
No, I'm not. No. Solange had a dope. She had a dope album, dope career. She's doing dope things, but she moves differently than her sister.
Okay.
Even in her personal life, her personal choices.
She moves a lot differently.
Career.
I'm just confused, and please, women in the audience, don't kill me, and people watching, women, please don't hate me and send me DMs and stuff like that. It seems like such a contradiction with how much empowerment I'm always told that women, and I believe that I believe the reason why we're here is because of you. But then when somebody seems to be allegedly a robot and being controlled behind the scenes by men, you guys don't seem mad about that.
Well, you got to be a robot right now because I got to control you because you spending too much money.
Well, y'all, that's the show. I want to thank RealLyfe Productions. If they want to see the podcast, where do they go?
Majority of our fan base is on YouTube. We just passed 350,000.
Cop it up.
But we're all over social media. We're TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We're building brands, and we're going to be on, of course, apps and websites soon. But YouTube is where you could find a good home.
Well, gentlemen, congratulations. Be safe. Because y'all got a lot of drama going on. I want y'all to be safe and do your thing. We got to end the show. Listen, love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that. And understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in life. Likes, views, and parking spots. Fight for your happiness and never let anybody take it from you. Michael Shawn, it's the Michael Shawn Show. Shawnee Scott, Sexy Mo, Jay Black, my guests. Thank y'all so much. It's the first show. We did it!
A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
And 2 flashlights.
What's up, champ?